Hours after the year turned, and one of the big stories of 2011 looks like it will continue to dominate the headlines in 2012. Iran saying its scientists have produced the country's first nuclear fuel rod. It's a New Year's surprise for the West, which has long thought Tehran wasn't yet capable of building the rods.
The assumption was on the international community, and particularly the International Atomic Energy Agency, that Iran wouldn't be able to crack the technology of producing this fuel, therefore was effectively landlocked and unable to produce or progress its nuclear weapons program. If it has done so, it means that it can now produce those key and critical elements, radioactive elements, to actually trigger a nuclear weapon.
Within hours of the fuel rod announcement, Iran test-fired a medium-range missile designed to evade radar. It's part of a 10-day military training exercise near the vital Strait of Hormuz, through which more than one-third of the world's oil passes in tankers. Iran's threatening to block the strait in retaliation for any new sanctions against it. And now those sanctions have been signed into law by President Barack Obama. The measures were contained in a mammoth $600 billion defense bill, which Obama signed despite having reservations that it ties his hands on setting foreign policy. Despite signing the bill, his political opponents eyeing his job say he hasn't done enough to end Iran's nuclear ambitions.
He has opposed tough sanctions on Iran, on their oil program. Why? Because he's concerned about the economy and his re-election instead of the long-term national security interests of this country.
Iran's announcement about a nuclear fuel rod might be vague, but it still leaves President Obama in a tight spot heading into November's presidential election. President Obama is known to be wary about imposing a fresh round of sanctions against Iran in case it leads to higher fuel prices in a crucial election year. At the same time, although he has powers to delay implementing the new sanctions, it's a move thought unlikely in case Republican candidates lining up to oust him from the White House accuse him of being soft on defense issues. John Terrett, Al Jazeera, Washington.